Girls are like candles. They smell good, they're warm, they brighten up a room, and they can make you melt. But if you forget about them, they'll burn your fucking house down.
In honor of all the homophobic hate comments I've been getting, this is insane history facts that school just refuses to teach you. Gay edition. When Leonardo da Vinci was 24, he was arrested for having gay sex, not once, but twice. He was acquitted, but if they would have killed him for it, we wouldn't have parachutes, helicopters, The Last Supper, Mona Lisa, or that drawing of a man. So the samurai and Japanese culture in general during the Edo period not only accepted homosexual activity, but they saw it as an honorable and noble pursuit. And when the Japanese government made sodomy illegal, it was the samurai that fought against it and eventually got it repealed. Anne Frank was gay. They censored most of this out during the original publication, but she wrote about fantasizing about naked women, wanting to touch her best friend's breasts, and wishing she had a girlfriend. If schools actually taught about gay history, I probably would have paid more attention.
Fat is not an insult, neither is skinny nor midsize. They're simply words that we use to describe our bodies to eyes, but they don't explain how we feel, and they don't explain what's real, that our value is inherent. Remember that, and self-love becomes apparent.
I talk so much about things that guys want to know about girls that I often forget to talk about what you ladies want to know about guys. So I went to Instagram. When you look at a girl, what is the first thing guys usually notice? Eyes. Always eyes. Every guy will say eyes. Why won't you just ask us out when you're interested? Most guys deal with rejection issues. Too afraid to get rejected, won't put themselves in the position to be. Why do you have better butts than us? They are gifts from the gods. How are you able to think about absolutely nothing? What? Does your float when you take a bath? I can't answer that on TikTok. Why put clothes beside the laundry basket? First of all, we didn't put them there. We went for a three-pointer. It didn't go. That's the way it fell. After that, we don't see it anymore. Do stretch marks, loose skin, and scars actually matter? No, 0%. You is perfect. Do you like when we steal your hoodies as much as we do? Yes, it's adorable. You look so good in them. And cute and snuggly. 'Tis the best.
Apparently, summer ends in 2 weeks.
What the fruit by the foot flavored roll-up fuck was that? I did nothing except sit on my kitchen floor and cry. I also would sometimes stand up and look at myself in the mirror and... Bitch, you're ugly.
That boy sus. Get the fuck, that's a must. I don't trust. Okay. And Tokyo. My shoe is the.
Blood-curdling facts that you wish you never knew. Part 8. Pigs will eat literally anything. There are stories of pigs entering farmhouses and eating newborn babies. Speaking of babies, doctors believed that they didn't feel pain until 1987, so they would operate on newborns without anesthesia. Whistling was a way in which people would summon demons in ancient times. In 1968, every single TV in America shut down for 25 seconds, and there was a sound broadcasted on all of them that many believe was the devil's voice. People born deaf with schizophrenia often see disembodied hands signing them as opposed to hearing voices. A mysterious skeleton only 6 inches long was discovered outside a ghost town in Chile. It was declared to be human and lived for as long as 8 years.
You're being kidnapped. Aw, shoot. If I would have known I was gonna get kidnapped, I would have eaten lunch today. That's really what you're worried about right now? Well, you don't have snacks, do you? Well, no, I don't have snacks. Well, that's okay. I actually peeked out of the blindfold. There's a gas station right around the corner. If I can just go, I can pick up some Cheetos. I will be right back, man, I promise. You're actually kidding me, right? Listen, I know Cheetos are an unpopular snack choice, but I happen to love them crunchy and puffy. Sue me, okay? So, no snacks is what I'm getting from this?
Psychological tricks that will change your life. Part 11. If you want to end a conversation, but don't know how, say this. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Have a good one. It ends the conversation with 0 awkwardness.
Facts that make me really uncomfortable. Part 1. You can't describe a color. Your skeleton is always wet. Cats have 3 eyelids. Wasps can remember people's faces. The average person walks by an average of 16 murders in their lifetime. You're more likely to be killed by a cow than a shark. At this current moment in time, you are the oldest you ever were and the youngest you'll ever be. The energy I've created in this video is uncomfortable. I'm so sorry.
So we're starting to get real sick of our house being haunted.
I'm over it.
Yep, me too. Because every day stuff keeps happening like this.
Nope.
And like this. And it's getting real frustrating. We have a pre-scheduled to come next Tuesday, but just last night when I was filming a TikTok, this happened.
You see what's happening? It's not even plugged in. It's not plugged in. This started happening while we were filming. I'm sick of this!
Like and follow for part 7.
If you're watching this video in the middle of the night, would you believe me that I'm a wizard? Look me directly in the eyes in 3, 2, 1. You should feel a sensation going through your body. You're going to have a magical day tomorrow. It can either be a good experience or a bad experience. It all depends on how you choose to interact with this video. If you choose to keep scrolling, your day will be bad. But if you choose to like, follow, and leave a comment, and send this to one friend, you will have the best day of your life.
What's gonna be left of the world if you're not in it? What's gonna be left of the world? Oh. Every minute and every hour, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you more. Every summer.
Who's ready for some more sneak out tips? Okay, this one is actually for sneaking back in the house. So once you come back in from your night out, your safe night out, you come in, you get undressed. Undressed, for me, sports bra Sophie's, okay? Almost nearly naked, so there's no question that I was out of the house, okay? No shoes, no socks, and then you gotta find a good hiding spot to stuff that stuff until you can retrieve it the next day, okay? Then you're gonna walk into your kitchen. You're gonna grab a water or something, and you're gonna fill it up with water. This way, as you walk up the stairs with your water, it's not, you don't have to be quiet and sneak back up. You can be as loud as you want walking back up, so that when your parents come out and they're like, the hell are you doing up? You can be like, I'm just getting water. That's it. You don't have to sneak back in. It makes sneaking back in 1,000 times easier. Cheers.
Creepy facts you probably didn't want to know. Part 4. No one knows who lives in this house, named the John Lawson house. Every day, this porch is occupied by a varying number of female mannequins. The number of mannequins, the positions that they're in, and the clothes that they're wearing changes from day to day. No one knows who's moving them or why. However, people do believe that the mannequins are there to convey a message. In 1871, a train crashed just 200 feet away from this house. It killed 22 people. And for some reason, the mannequins are always pointing in the direction of the crash. Disturbing facts you probably didn't want to know. Trigger warning, there may or may not be some blood in this picture. This may look like a crime scene, but this is actually the aftermath of a horse's nosebleed. Tales of True Crime, Part 1. The year was 2009. The Phantom of Helbron, a supposed female serial killer, had been on the loose for almost a decade and a half. This female serial killer had been linked to 40+ crimes, including 6 murders. German law enforcement was stumped. That is until they correctly tested the DNA in 2009, where the supposed link that they had between those cases was contaminated DNA on cotton swabs, which left them with a lot more questions for those unsolved cases. Creepy things you probably didn't want to know. Part 3. Did you know that Courage the Cowardly Dog may have been based off of a real couple? In 1957, there was an elderly couple who lived in El Paso, Texas, in a neighborhood called Kern Place. The couple disappeared under mysterious circumstances. There are a lot of crazy theories as to what happened, including UFO sightings and urban legends in the area, including... In reality, we don't know a whole lot about it. All we know is that they disappeared, leaving only their cat.
Psychological facts you didn't know about yourself, Part 5. You position your feet towards a person that you're the most interested in. But why? This person explains in his book that it's a survival instinct. Your body is making sure that your feet can react immediately if it feels any type of threat.
If you are seeing number synchronicities every single day, such as 1111, 222, 888, or whatever, watch this video because it's actually very important. One of the first things that happens when you go through a spiritual awakening is the universe communicates with you through synchronicity using angel numbers, such as 1111, 111, 222, 333. Now, these numbers carry with them a certain message. Typically, when you start your spiritual awakening, you're going to start to see 1111 very often. I saw this tweet today from Buffalo Bills wide receiver Stephon Diggs. He tweeted, "I keep on seeing 1111. What does it mean?" So what he may not realize right now is he's about to go through a spiritual awakening. And if you resonate with this video and you had your spiritual awakening, you either see higher digit numbers that have certain meanings that help guide you to where you need to go, or the universe can communicate with you by simply saying 1111, new beginnings in your life.
Congratulations, if you're seeing this video, that means you made it to Criminal TikTok, and today I'm going to teach you how to survive not just an ordinary manhunt, but a nationwide manhunt. First step is very obvious. Get out of the city you're suspected of being in. This is most important because law enforcement is generally concentrated in the area that you are first suspected to be in, so get out of there ASAP. From here, I'd avoid any major cities because major cities tend to have more law enforcement officers. Instead, I'd stick to the middle-income suburbs. These generally have the lowest police presence. An obvious tip to do is to change your appearance every time you move. Make sure to cut your hair, grow out a beard, etc., etc. And here's an important tip: if you want to move around, the best time to move around are around noon and 7 in the morning. This is because this is when the officers generally change shifts. And since officers are always changing shifts, they'll be less alert when you move around during these times. Next, don't act nervous. A lot of officers go on the if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to show mentality. Always pay for anything in cash and limit interaction as much as possible.
Did you know that you can actually never forget a face? Every single face that you've ever seen in your life gets stored in your memories to use later. For example, in your dreams, your brain can't just make up a face. Every single face that you've seen in your dreams, you've seen somewhere in your life. And the nightmares that you've had of those horrible creatures, you've seen them around too. You just can't remember. You don't want to remember.
Weird facts that will actually make you say, what the fuck? It's a new series! Prisoners waiting to be executed on death row in America are given a physical beforehand to make sure they are fit enough to die. Sorry doctor, you can't kill me today, I've got the runs. People who stay up late and wake up late are more likely to be psychopaths than people who are early risers. And then there's me casually posting TikToks at 2 AM. When male honeybees mate, their penis explode and they die. Good heavens. When a queen bee goes on her nuptial flight, she mates with up to a dozen partners, leaving a trail of dead bees in her wake. Oh my god, I also do that. You can tell if you are dreaming or not by looking around for clocks. Clocks will never be in dreams. I do not have time to look for clocks when the ghost man is chasing me. 36 armed dolphins trained by the US Navy to kill terrorists have been missing since 2005. The dolphins carry toxic dart guns capable of killing a man in a single shot, and they are missing. Oh no.
Alright girls, this might piss you off, but I feel like it just needs to be said. Periods aren't that bad, okay? They're freaking terrible, and if you don't have a guy to be there for you during it, I'm gonna be there for you. Capiche?
We received this young fox, and as you can tell, it is in really rough shape. The dried cracked skin is due to mange, and he is scratching it, causing infection to enter his body. We are acting fast and giving him ivermectin to kill the mange, and giving him an antibiotic to stop the infection. His eyes are swollen shut and have discharge coming out of them. We're giving him gentamicin eye drops to help with that. I'm now drawing up lactated Reener to give him sub-Q fluids to help with dehydration. We are now going to take him to his enclosure so we can feed him and keep an eye on him. He really was hungry and ate all of his food we gave him. Please like and follow us to keep up with his story.